You're not going to Islay again, are you, Dave? Yep. You're not going to lots of things you've done before, are you? And you're doing them again. But we've got some new stuff too, and we've got a fuller team. I'll introduce them later. Ardbeg, parked up. We're not here for any formal stuff, just a bit of stuff in the shop.
It's going generous, isn't it?
Oh, I missed that. Yeah, I know. So you can't smell the fantastic aroma of this Bowmore distillery at 11 o'clock at night. But this bar is doing what it should. So, North Berwick Whisky Club, I've got their first day of tastings in the warehouses, and North Berwick Whisky Club +1. Otter or seal? Otter or seal? Seal. There you go, Graham knows.
It's soft, peaty, and non-mineralized, which is exactly what we need for our whiskey.
Inside the kiln.
So that includes the moisture content within the peat, because below this structure here is the peat fire. So people can kill them.
Running towards the warehouse, gasping for a drink. So look at that. Neil's really got this. He's really got this. That isn't his spillage.
Can he stop?
That isn't his spillage. So we've had quite young whiskies this time at Laphroaig. I think last year we had two really rather old whiskies, and they were much more spectacular. That's not a complaint, that's an observation. This is quite interesting. They're doing experimental casks. He said that quite clearly at the beginning of the tasting. These are experimental ideas. We've had a 10-year-old, 8 years bourbon, 2 years sherry. We've had a virgin French oak, no previous content, and then we've had a bourbon racked, 8 years. So they're all quite young this time. I like the bourbon most. Day 2 on Islay, and I think we've got quite an exciting day. Maybe not everybody's favourite choices. We've got Kilchoman and Caol Ila today, but we've never done them before, never toured. Caol Ila's never been open, and we've driven up to Kilchoman and found it was closed on an extra day. Fair enough, they were very polite about it. The team are doing well. A few health issues maybe. Yesterday we did Kilchoman, did a lovely tour with Bria, who was very knowledgeable about the barleys and about the yeast and about the process, and I'm quite excited about the 100% Islay barley brews they make. I think we're on edition 12 this year, which I've now got a bottle of. Then we went along to Caol Ila, where we had a warehouse tasting in Caol Ila with Stuart. We've had 5 different drams straight from the cask. Quite a lot of difference in the room. Everybody voted for a different dram, except for the last one, which Graham and Neil and Ewan all voted for. There's a bit of group thing there, but that was a fantastic tasting. We're in a kind of warehouse. I think it's more a stage set than a warehouse. Quite a cold warehouse. You would want a bit more clothing than I was wearing, but even so, we very much enjoyed that chance. So today, bus down to Lagavulin, and then taxi back up to Bowmore. So we've arrived at Bowmore, but sadly there's a power cut in the whole of Bowmore. We had an excellent little stop at the Munchie Box, which had croissants with bacon and cheese and Empire biscuits. You can keep me happy with that, particularly when you throw in a dram of Bruichladdich wine cask finish fetish. I'm going to be happy. But actually, this is life in a power cut. We've got the 12-year-old Bowmore to keep us amused, but possibly our Bowmore tasting is not going to happen. We'll just see. On Islay, you just wait another 15 minutes and everything might be different. We were slightly saved yesterday by Bowmore having a power cut, so we couldn't tour at Bowmore, but we did come away with some little samples of what we might have won. So no purchasing at Bowmore, but we did visit the shop and there were a few little purchases. And the original prediction, the lowest prediction was 15, the highest prediction was 27. But the actual total was 35, not including one free bottle. Actually, just as usual, spending through and through. There's more loot going towards the car. We got all the bottles we brought, none of them are dead. And we've got all the bottles we've bought. None of those are dead either. So the car's pretty stacked with a lot of spare fuel. Bruichladdich wasn't open on this occasion. We didn't visit Ardbeg. So there is the boot now. It's a wee bit Bruichladdich based.
That's only because of...
That's because you've come in last with your 2 bags. There's quite a lot of Ardbeg, Lagavulin, Laphroaig. So I promised at the beginning of the film I'd introduce the group. My companions in the MBWC are Neil, Ewan and Graham. And on this trip our associate David joined us. David takes a good photo. Neil doesn't. Ewan's the one with the hair, and Graham you presumably already know. And it might seem weird, but we take bottles to Islay for evening study when we're not scoffing in the Bowmore Hotel. The brief talked about unicorns. And they were pretty exciting bottles. Ewan's Douglas Lang 25-year-old Caol Ila, and Neil's Caden-haired Ardbeg 26-year-old forced David to ramp up to an Ardbeg Trevan. The quality is impressive. Even my own Bruichladdich, Berry Brothers and Rudd 23-year-old, was deemed passable. Graham rocked up with the Linlithgow and his breakfast dram, a lovely long morn. But the plaudits went to his Port Ellen. Besides, the photo opportunity was too good to miss.